All right, welcome back to another segment of Wet Your Palate. We have some very special guests today, talking with Marcus from Marcus in the Morning. Everything that he's been enjoying doing, a lot of random questions, random thoughts, but a lot of insights. And then we had his producer come on. Taylor, welcome to the show. Thank you for giving us your insights as well and your history and how you're ascending to new realms in broadcasting. So cheers.
Nice to be here, dude.
Any highlights?
My favorite was when everybody learned how to hook a story. When Chris hooked me with a story, and I didn't see it coming.
Well, it's all about the hook, like you said. So if you want to hear some good hooks, you got to listen to Go With Your Palate.
Well, thank you so much. I'm truly encouraged by your guys' presence here.
Your storytelling just evolved during the podcast. To just go for it, bro.
Well, we had so much fun. I think that's why this even ends up being like a 3-part episode. So you're gonna have a lot of fun here. You got to check it out. You got to stay all the way to the end for Taylor's exclusive, the closer.
Taylor's man takes are also.
Oh my
Her
God.
man takes. We learned a lot.
That was one of my favorites. Your man takes. I think you had at least 4, if not 5, and I'm sure there's more. They should all be written down and publicized.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you both for being here. It was a pleasure. And now everybody, go listen to Go With Your Palate.
Yes. Let's do it. Who it is?
We were talking also about the going back to that future of radio and interaction. Like, how much of a relevance is there going to be, do you think, for the direct communication, like call in? That I mean, live is.
I think that it is 1,000% poignant to make sure that you keep live DJs on the air, and that if you are a live DJ on the air, you should maximize that to the nth degree with everything that I talked about earlier. Make sure that you stay connected to your listeners, whether it's through social media. Answer those phone lines, answer those DMs, answer those Facebook messages. Don't leave them hanging. Every hung message is a potential lost listener, and people are craving that connection. And in the Bay Area specifically, the other kind of silver lining to everything being so wildly expensive and people having to be pushed out into the valley to come to work, commute times are longer. You and I can hang out longer.
Yeah.
Right? And so I really do see a boon coming. Like, I'm excited about it. At least the way I operate. Again, if you are a DJ who's just kind of phoning it in, you're doing your 4 and you're leaving, maybe you do a Facebook post every once in a while, you got to maximize, man. If we're really going to do this, like we're going to do this, but I have so much faith. I know that what we do works. I know that radio is still the thing. We're still the number one. No matter what anybody says, I don't care.
Yeah, I don't think it's going away.
No.
Yeah. So why don't you just walk us through kind of what's going on in the sound room and also in the studio during, an hour of you being on air?
It's so funny you say that, because we were talking about doing TikTok lives, but we're so boring. I'm sitting there trying to formulate what I'm going to say next, but I figured that out already. And I'm probably, frankly, scrolling TikTok or posting a video or eating meatballs. Or Taylor and I, typically, it's so funny because we'll get into a flow on and off the air. And then I'll look at her and go, hey, you want to just hang out? We don't have to work anymore, do we? I mean, it's so much fun, right? That we're doing this.
Yeah.
And this is why, for me, COVID was just so meh. For a myriad of reasons, but the number one was we had to broadcast from home through a Zoom call.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it's the difference between those lame Zoom happy hours, which were terrible, and hanging out with your boys on a podcast. The energy is electric. It's palpable, right?
Yeah.
We seem to like each other.
It was a huge loss to not have that interaction, that in-person interaction.
So in between the records, we were literally just talking about other stuff. We'll literally start sentences with, what triggers me? Just out of nowhere. And then it'll be like to this morning, it was, what triggers me? When somebody posts a photo on Instagram and they don't do a caption. What's that about? Or when somebody has an Instagram account, but they don't post. They just lurk. That's weird.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, I do that.
I've seen his account is really strange. It's just really strange.
Chris is just looking.
I wasn't going to bring it up.
Chris is just looking to make sure his ex is fat.
Well, nice callback, big dog.
Damn, that's
I'm so proud of both of you. No, but we were talking about off mic earlier too, because I was listening to your morning show today, and like how these stories come in that you put your warmth on, and I was kind of interested on the process of that, like, you know, between the songs playing, like the story kind of comes through. And
yeah. Best believe anything that we talk about that morning was probably vetted the day before,
okay,
or first thing in the morning when we walk in. Yeah. So when I first started the show, you know, sometimes it was like, oh, we've got a song. What are we talking about next? And the problem is songs are getting shorter and shorter, so you have less time. So we have a map of here's what we're talking about at 6:15, 6:30, 6:50. We do our trends. 7:05 is second date update, which is by far our most popular thing.
Oh,
we got our trivia game. So everything's mapped out because I have the attention span of a cucumber, and I will forget. You know, if you ask me right now, gun to my head, what'd you talk about this morning? No idea. Don't remember.
It was just casual, natural conversation.
Yeah.
There was like a daughter that couldn't get a hold of her grandma.
Oh yeah.
And she wouldn't answer the door or anything like that. and it turned out.
Yeah, they were doing the cops came to do a wellness check, and they busted in, and she had taken everything off the hook. She was trying to beat a video game. She's 91. She's 91.
Awesome.
This is a badass grandma, dude.
Yeah. So second date, tell us about that a little bit.
Sure. Yeah. So second date update basically is, you know, two people go on a first date, and then one person for whatever reason ghosts. And this would say somebody ghosts on you, you call me, and then I will call your date. And the caveat is you're listening in to see what you did wrong or if it went sideways or what happened. And some of we've been doing it for a decade now. They'll blow your mind. Like literally, some of the times we'll roll video and just I have to watch my face.
Yeah.
My wife tells me I got a face.
But I think the reason I like this is that there is that human interaction with somebody who's not on, like, not part of the radio show, right?
Right.
And I think obviously people are comfortable with being on there and to some degree. Maybe they hold their
there are certain
thoughts
parameters, like we have to kind of, if I get them on the phone or when I have to be like, hey, are you cool being on the radio?
Yeah.
And that's about the extent of it. And then, and it's wild sometimes.
Yeah. They're pretty honest.
I mean, yeah. Because listen, why not?
Yeah.
But it will be my legacy. These literally almost like reality TV on the radio will be my all the fun things we talk about, all the touching moments, all the smart moments I've had. It got you through COVID. None of that matters. All anybody wants to talk about is second date update. And you know what? I'm here for it. Yeah. If that's what the people want, we give the people what they want. It's fantastic.
So and it's an endless amount of stories. Endless amount of yeah.
I'm
endless.
Sure. So people will come back together. You could probably bring people together.
Sometimes it's just a misunderstanding. Or for me, I don't know, fellas, I feel like guys need to be trained sometimes. Like to be able to deal with if it's the opposite sex. Because I'm so far out of my league with my wife that she could have left me for a myriad of stupid reasons. But she trains me on what her needs are. Right. And so my point is a common thread on second date update is self-awareness, reading the room, being attuned to the lady's needs.
This is just
you know what I mean?
Every guy's I don't know anything what you just said.
I'm saying if you don't,
what does attuned mean?
If you don't do those things, you're welcome to operate however you want. There may or may not be a lady in your life at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I
understand that. I know a few people.
No, I guarantee you don't call the shots in your outfit. I don't. Not at my house.
Yeah.
I do what I'm told most days.
Yeah.
Keeps my lady happy.
That generally works out well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
It's always got to keep it so interesting. You never know what you're going to get. You never know really what's going to happen. Have you had something that just went completely off the rails ever that you couldn't just pull back, that you just had to be
we had a couple of calls over the years of a very similar thread where articles of clothing got stolen, as a game. I forget their names, but
It was
years
it was
ago.
a jacket, wasn't it?
Yeah, thank you.
I pay attention, bro. I pay
Been
attention.
around.
We got
Art's
Art
an
here.
he's an OG.
Super fan, yeah.
He's an OG. So this girl, she played a game with her friends where she would go on dates and see what she could steal from the dude.
Oh my god!
And then never call him again. So then the twist was, Art, I can't really remember, but it was something to the effect of, we got him on the phone, and with her listening in, he kind of admitted that, he missed the jacket, but what was it? He was never going to call her anyway. I don't know. It was something. He was just trying to get.
They weren't jiving. Yeah.
Yeah, they weren't jiving. But
so he was able to give away the jacket as a sacrifice to never contact.
Correct.
This is like the Coyote Ugly thing.
Correct. He was just. They ended up. How do I put this? They ended up consummating in the car, and that's all he really wanted anyway.
Oh wow!
And so now so at this point, who's the bigger villain?
Yeah,
honestly. So there was a follow-up call in there, which you don't hardly do. Anyway, it was nuts. Or the guys that there was one lady who ran into the guy from the first date in the Target with his family, with a lady who's obviously still together with his old lady. Those get weird real fast.
There was no second date after that.
So, so if you were to just ballpark it, what is the ratio of problematic genders or sexes between those two? What's the percentage of men versus women that are generally the bigger problem?
I mean, guys,
I'm not trying to paint a picture.
No,
or anything. I'm just curious.
I'll be honest with you, because Taylor and I have this conversation all the time. You should ask her what her saying is in the studio with regards to men. It's pretty hilarious. I'm not going to do it. I'll let her do it. But I think guys pull the more bonehead moves. I really do, especially like this generation, because it's different
when you
now.
say you're talking the younger generation.
Yeah, it's different now with dating, because back like for me and Art, like if you got a lady to pay attention to you or give you the time of day, you were holding on to that and you were putting in the work. These days, the next girl's one swipe away. What do I care?
Yeah.
Am I wrong on that?
No, you're definitely right on that. It's hard to find a more, I don't want to call it traditional, but like, guy or girl nowadays, they all seem to be like going their own direction. Everything is so accessible that they just don't have a desire to be to really just be locked into something until maybe a certain age. I don't know.
And then the incel culture grinds my gears. Are you guys familiar? I just learned this one the other day. There's a collection of gentlemen, typically under the age of 30, and it's an incel, which stands for involuntarily celibate. So they blame everyone else but themselves for the fact that they can't get laid. They blame the ladies. They blame society. They blame. To which I say, gentlemen, so I had an epiphany before I met my wife. I could not, for the life of me, get a date. I was probably 50, 60 pounds heavier. And I remember having a moment, and I looked in the mirror and I said, Marcus, would you date you? The answer is no. Go work on yourself, son.
Yeah.
And I did. And now I'm completely out of my league.
Involuntarily celibate. It's
a whole culture.
This is the first time I've heard of it, and that is
terrible.
So disappointing.
It's stupid.
But that's part of the problem that has come up in the last, I don't know, I'm going to say 20 years. It was probably that long ago where it began.
Yeah.
This like just massive focus on victimization, that it's not your problem, that something is out to get you, something's against you, and it's like, no, that's not the case. You gotta look yourself in the mirror. I feel like
accountability, man.
God, accountability. That is. Yeah. They don't teach that shit in school anymore.
No.
Where did those rulers go?
Well, I wish they would like keep up teaching as chivalry. Like, this kind of act. What I grew up with was, which I guess helped me with. It was like, open the door for a woman, and I know times have changed. People might have their other thoughts about this, but I still like heavily believe in this. Is that
it's appreciated way more often than it's not.
Yeah, pulling out the chair for them, and then at dinner, and I feel like what that would do for me when I was young and kind of go on first dates and stuff like that, it would anchor me into a place to be thinking about someone else and making them feel comfortable and like showing gratitude and like, and warmth. And I think that's just something that's gotten kind of lost from what I've seen.
Yeah.
And I would like to see it like
come back.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure that you guys are still kind of, holding, I know you do with that. And
why? Because he's old.
Your family.
Because I'm still younger than his ass. But like,
because he's old. I'm the young guy over here.
But like the idea of when the lady gets up to go to the bathroom, you stand up.
Yes.
When she comes back from the bathroom, you stand up.
Yeah.
Like that's gone. That's lost.
Yeah.
That's That is lost, unfortunately. It looks weird when I stand up in a restaurant
Yeah.
for my wife to go to the bathroom.
Right.
Well,
Like,
it's
it's like
yeah,
people
because
look
I
at you
still
like,
do it
"What's-"
too, and it was just
They're like,
weird.
"What's
Yeah,
going on?"
and,
You're
my
like-
girlfriend now just had to just be like, "This is just happening." So
and
like,
then
what
you go back over, you sit back down in your chair, and everybody's just like,
Yeah.
what happened to him?
What was
Yeah.
that?
Did she just leave? He just said bye?
Sometimes what I do, I just like add in like I'll just add in like a kiss. So it's just like I just stood up to like kiss you while you're going, you know. So
Yeah,
just
otherwise
kinda
it's
this
weird,
things.
you know?
Or- yeah, I don't know.
I just top it up, big old smack on the butt.
But, okay, you know.
Perfect.
Now we're
Now,
that's chivalry.
I
That's
got-
what I'm talking
I
about.
got
and, then,
weird
and then
quick.
when she's 20 feet away, you just go, yeah, that's right. Don't turn around. Just see what the tables next to you do.
hey, baby.
And then
I
when
hate
she-
to see you go, but I love to watch you
And then-
leave.
And then when she comes back, they're just like, this could be real fucked up. Be pretty fun. You got social experiments. That's all I'm saying. Social experiments.
I'm thinking like we could actually really use a woman presence in here right now.
All right. Well, listen, you want to bring in a real fireball, bring Taylor in here.
No, I do think that there is a migration back to analog, but I think that also correlates into kind of like a bit of the dating life where I think that, you know, I will first say that, did you see Into the Manosphere?
No.
Okay, like there's this whole group of guys right now, young guys that are just just full of shit, number one, but like, and they're just hyper masculine, and they're trying to convey that, and usually trying to sell some type of pyramid scheme
Sure.
of like get rich the way that I got rich, even though they're not rich, and they're, you know, all that shit. So it is just a pure facade, and so I think women are dealing with that.
Yeah.
But also now recognizing that that's out there, but they still want a guy that's a dude, right? That's like
Yes.
they want a guy that's going to have that chivalry that even if they have never experienced it before, it's probably going to feel good. But to have that kind of masculine presence, and I think that there is a move back towards that, which your incels,
Incels.
That's
Unbelievable.
where-
Don't get me started. We don't have time.
I think that there's an opportunity here, an educational opportunity to create some, you know,
We should
like,
do a gentleman's school.
this is how to be a gentleman.
Yeah.
Not to be a manosphere guy, but to be a gentleman.
Yeah.
Well, I like how you put it, Marcus. It's like this sometimes I think it would be helpful for people to look into themselves.
Accountability.
Accountability.
That's what I teach at my house.
That's the important thing. You
Yeah.
know, you'd hear a lot of times too. I hear from friends. They'd be like something like, "I don't know what it is. I just always end up with a crazy girl." Or, you know, a girlfriend would say, "I don't know what it is. The guys I always meet are just assholes." And you're like, okay, so what are you doing? You think maybe, just maybe, we could look at what you're doing that could be attracting these red flags
Right.
to you.
Right.
For both, whatever gender. Like, what can you change in yourself?
Yeah, we
or
don't
what
have to be
places could
gender
you put it?
specific, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We talk about a
Yeah.
concept on the show. There's a psychological concept that I subscribe to, the internal locus of control and the external locus of control. So it's important for everyone to foster a strong internal locus of control. And what that says is, I am responsible for me, and I am responsible for what happens to me. Meaning, let's say you fail a test. Someone with a strong external locus of control will blame outside forces. They'll say, well, I failed the test because the teacher made the questions too hard. Whereas someone with an internal locus of control will say, I failed the test, I should study harder next time. Or what can I do? I always say that. What can I do? What am I doing wrong?
Mm-hmm.
For whatever the issue is, right? It's not this happened because this person did this to me. It's this happened because I did not prepare enough, or I didn't do my homework, didn't do my research, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep it simple.
I live by that.
About as straightforward as you can get.
Mm.
So back to the analog thing.
Yeah.
Whether it's dating, radio, I do feel like that this is a trend that we're seeing also with consumer products in general.
Sure.
I think that, you know, like people are looking for simplicity. Could be records. Could be how do you make your coffee? You know, like whatever.
Like tactile stuff.
Yeah, whatever it is, they want to be a part of that process. So I do feel like that is going to continue on. I think that's going to bode well for alt radio and wine.
I would agree with
Maybe
that.
together.
Hey, why not? Wine and radio sounds pretty good. Reminds me of the time I did do a bottle of wine and then I went on the air in the middle of the night. This was 30 years ago. I had the best show for about 26 minutes. And then I basically fell asleep. And this was before any automation. So like the CDs and you had to run everything manually. So it was a rough night. I will say that.
Did you fall asleep live?
I didn't fall asleep, but I was hurting for like 3 hours. And it was midnight to like 4 a.m. I was on the air, and it was brutal.
Oof.
Yeah.
He has a saying like after 2 bottles of wine, he becomes a therapist.
Yeah. Why not?
I'm just going to tell you, you don't want to be in those sessions. I've been there. And should we? I think it's time we bring in Taylor.
Shall we?
Let's do it. Yeah,
Where's the real star of the show?
Yeah.
Wait, was that Jerry Seinfeld asked if it was a corn or a nut?
Yeah, corn nuts. Is it a corn or is it
Are
a
you
nut?
doing somebody else's bit right
I know
now?
what you're talking about.
He's pulling Jerry Springer up from the 90s.
No, but because I just saw that he's performing in Tahoe. Anyways, just
Oh, he
Seinfeld.
performs?
No, Jerry Springer's dead.
did I say Jerry Springer?
No,
He
you
did.
definitely said Seinfeld.
Oh,
Thank
then
you.
I misheard it.
Oh my
My
gosh,
hearing's
thank
horrible.
you, Taylor.
Yeah.
I am glad
I
she's
heard
here.
that.
Like you were, dude. Were you gaslighting me?
I sense some gaslighting.
Thank you. He does this all the time. He had me questioning.
So you're talking about the hook thing, right?
Mhm.
So I've been gaslighting my kids for years and then telling them I'm gaslighting them just so that they don't get gaslit.
Yeah,
Like, this is what it feels like.
You got to keep them strong.
So now it just becomes normal, right? So now I
Mm-hmm.
just go around, I gaslight people on accident.
He said on accident.
It is on accident.
There you go.
Gaslighting.
Yeah.
All right, we have an addition to the crew in here today. Taylor, welcome to Go With Your Palate.
Thank you.
So, producer.
Social media maven.
Yeah.
She does a lot of things. Taylor makes sure that all the podcasts are uploaded after the show so that you continue the listening experience. She's very talented. She's very good with the listeners, loves to go out and meet people. Yeah. And I'm blessed to have her.
And like you said, like Swiss Army knife, like everybody wears a lot of hats,
Mhm.
just like that's how we are in our organization. So you got into this and initially as producer or where did you start?
Yeah. So actually, with iHeart Media, I started on their promotions team.
Okay.
And so from there, Marcus asked me if, I was interested in mornings and helping out on the show. And I said, absolutely. I could not pass that up.
Yeah,
So
we got to back it up because the way we met was very serendipitous.
it is. Yes.
And it's a pretty good story. We met on the rooftop at 25 Lusk. I was drinking, she was partying, and the cosmos kind of brought us together. So I was up on the roof. We had just wrapped up a podcast, Chef's Day Off, and then I was having a couple margaritas and doing some content for TikTok. And I look over and I see Taylor, and she's got this gigantic purple robe strewn across the back of her seat. And this would have been late May, early June.
Mhm.
And I thought to myself, that's interesting. I'm going to get up and go make a joke. And it's either going to be horribly awkward or awesome. I can't wait. And she was there with I could tell grandma was there, mom and dad, and they're popping bottles and celebrating something. And I walked over and I said, "Excuse me, ma'am." I said, "Either you just graduated from San Francisco State or you are a wizard. There is no in between." and she laughed, and I think, and then she said, "I graduated from State." And I said, "Well, what was your major?" And she said, "I graduated from the Becca program, which is their radio, TV, podcasting program." And I said, "You're kidding." I said, "Well, what do you want to do with that?" She goes, "I want to be on the radio." What? Okay. And I said, "Look, I work at iHeartMedia. It's right down the road. I can't offer you much, but I could probably get you an interview for our street team." She seemed like Taylor's one of those people. I'm going to talk about you like you're not here.
Okay. Nothing new.
To me, she is a generational talent, and when it's someone, when you walk into a room and you have to go talk to that person, that's when you know that I'll say it, she's a star to me, and I knew that when I first met her, and so I knew getting her on the street team would be a plus for us. It would be a learning experience for her, and I thought it was just going to end there. Because, we were doing the Marcus and Corey morning show, and we had just bonused, and the ratings were great. And then we went through the summer, and Taylor killed it on the street team. And then come October, listen, like I said, like every other industry, our company had layoffs, and they decided to make a change on the show. And then it was just, and I just was like, it's going to be me. They unfortunately laid Corey off, and Corey was fantastic. She's a unicorn. She deserves to be on the radio. Like, she's one of those ladies who you walk in a room, you have to go talk to her. Same kind of deal. But it's just the unfortunate thing that happens in the industry. People get laid off. And it was on a Tuesday. I had to go on the air Wednesday morning by myself and explain to everybody that their favorite morning show got blown up.
Oh.
And I felt completely decimated. Like I was just, if I'm being, we talk about authenticity. I'm being 100% honest with you right now. And that afternoon, my boss was like, look, we want to get you some help. Because it's impossible to talk to yourself most times.
Yeah.
Some DJs could, I won't say that it's impossible. DJs that could do it, great. I don't want to. And so he said, we can get you a little help. Do you have any ideas? I said, I have an idea. And I DM'd her and I said exactly what she said. How do you feel about 4 a.m.? And you want to come have some fun and learn some things. And she has been 1,000 miles ever since. And, we had a lot of talks and talking about, I told her, I said, give me 120% and I will give you the whole playbook. 34 years of experience. I will condense whatever I know, whatever I learned in the first 10 years in radio into 10 months, because that's probably how long we have to see if this works or not. Because that's how our business is show business. What do we always say? We choose to ride the lightning. We choose this life. That town to town, up and down the dial, WKRP, that's real.
Yeah.
Right? I'm probably the only DJ in existence who's never been let go.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Whoa.
But
Yeah.
all my friends, when you lose your gig, nobody's hiring, right? You have to leave town just about every time.
Jeez.
It's a life. You have to go home and tell your spouse, well, we got to relocate again. So point being, she came in and my attitude went from, I can't do this to, I don't want to do this to, I guess we're doing this to, maybe we can do this to, we're fucking doing this.
Yeah.
Because the show just went #1. I'll say it again. Like I could not be more excited. And the other thing I said to her was, here's how this is going to roll. You're going to save my career and I'm going to try to make you famous. We got a deal. We got a deal.
Sounds like a good deal.
Pretty
Yeah.
good deal to me.
And we have fun every day.
Yeah.
And I told her on her first day, which is something I carry with me, which I would guess you guys carry the same thing, which is the feeling that you have right now walking into this studio with all the wonderment and excitement and let's do this and can't believe that I'm here doing this for a living. Carry that with you every day of your career. Because I certainly do. It's never lost on me how fun and exciting and lovely it is to do what we do for work. It's the best.
That's a great outlook. That's the outlook you should have.
Yeah.
Otherwise, wrong career.
Yeah, exactly. But so we're in stride now, and we've got. I want to get a shout out to our other producer Jose, who is very instrumental in doing videos. And I'll be honest with you, I don't even really identify as a radio DJ anymore. I'm a multi-platform content creator. Our worst day at work is somebody's dream day, based on what I know, and based on what I've been through. For every ownership change or layoff or whatever, it's still just radio, and it's great. And when we can go out and connect with the listeners, that makes it kind of all worth it,
Yeah. And so, Taylor, you go out and you connect with listeners, right?
I do. I mean, any chance that I get, I try to. That's probably my favorite part about what we do is getting to meet people. I host a bingo every Wednesday, and it's mainly listeners that come in, and getting to see like so many new faces and meet so many different people from different walks of life is just amazing. It's really cool. Like, I'm so fortunate. And Marcus is such a good partner too. Like I feel like both of us have a very good understanding of each other. So when we do go out and we meet people, like, we have each other's back. We know exactly kind of what our goal is. And I mean, he always says like his goal is to meet every listener. And I've adopted the same goal as well. Oh, that's awesome. I've adopted the same goal as well. Like, I genuinely love meeting and talking to people. I answer the phones every day and I'll just sit and have a conversation with you. Like, I just be like, okay, girl, what's up? Like, how's it doing? And it's just fun just to get to talk to people, because the people just want to be heard. They want to feel like their voice matters, and it does. And so I want to be able to, have that connection, because it's not just over the phone or in that moment. It's every day in the way that what we do, like, we connect with people constantly. So.
And so in your time, when you go out and meet people, they already have a connection with you.
Oh,
listening.
yeah,
There's
for sure.
So it happens that fast.
It really does. I mean, it's one thing I'm still getting used to is like having people come up to me and know who I am already.
Yeah.
But it's that much more exciting because like I get to ask them questions and find out more about them and really form like that connection because they found about me what they really like. But I love to, be able to share that with them and really find out like more about who they are as well.
Taylor did tell me that the podcast earlier was great, except my gut was hanging out. So if you could take care of that, that'd be great.
There you go.
You should show them your
He'll
Coachella
reshape you, yeah.
picture
Yeah, I'll show you
and
my
have
Coachella
them edit you
pictures
like
and-
that.
Did
Have
you guys go to
seen it?
Coachella?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, he did. You should see the
One moment.
Like
please,
this year?
I'll find it.
Yeah, like just this last weekend.
Oh my God. Well, okay. Well, how was it? Because I've never been, and as you know, my daughter wants to go.
I think it's better said with pictures. You'll
Okay.
really get to see like his experience through what he's going to show you.
Oh my God! It's up on the big
Wait.
screen. Jesus Christ! Damn! Yeah, show that gut.
Wait,
You're like, who's that guy?
Marcus,
Yeah,
Oh,
he
that's
looks
awesome.
really different.
dude.
He just ate a lot of potato
Oh,
chips in the
bro,
last
you
couple
are
days.
just ripped.
You know, it's funny.
He's in
After seeing
VIP.
this photo of you, you do have somewhat of a similar look to Matthew McConaughey.
Well, all right.
He gets told that all the time.
all the time. Next week's drop will include a picture of me being driven around in my Pope Mobile by Justin Bieber. So
I was hearing all this buzz about the Justin Bieber performance.
Bieberchella. It was
Bieberchella?
amazing.
Yeah.
Ask her about
Was it-
Bieberchella.
Yeah, can you like I mean, I wasn't there, so I'm not going to pretend to know what it was, but it was creating a lot of buzz that you just kind of
Explain it
just
to them
went up there for
like they're 50-year-olds.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Basically,
for Joe.
for everyone ever, Bieber fever has never left us. Like we still have the Bieber fever all the way through. So during the show, he played like the first half of his set was mainly like his new album, but then he went on YouTube during his set and looked up his old songs and started singing along to them. And that for the fans was huge because he doesn't ever really play his old music anymore during shows. He hasn't toured in a while either. So I think for people, it was like a huge deal and people were very excited.
So when you're talking Bieber fever and where this developed for you, you're watching this on YouTube. How old were you? Like 12?
Oh my gosh. I think I was younger than that, like 9 when
Wow. And he's
Bieber
just,
was out.
Whacking away at the drums and
Oh
singing.
yeah. Like I saw his 3D live movie like 4 times in theaters when it came out.
So, okay, so it was something pretty special then for
Oh my God.
wait, what is
Who did that?
Oh my
Apparently,
God.
apparently Jose's in charge now.
Yeah,
right?
Jose got
what?
I guarantee he did that. Guaranteed.
You look like a mob boss there.
Do I though? That's kind.
I think this is your
That-
best look, Marcus.
That's kind.
Hashtag new profile pic.
All of a sudden, it turned into the roast of Marcus.
Dude, someone in there's going to be swimming with the fishes. That's all I know, dude.
And my internal locus says, "Well, that's on you, Marcus. if
What do you say?
you would step into the gym one of these days."
What do you say though?
What? Oh, I always say, "Well, if you don't like the picture, be less fat."
Just be
That's
less
on
fat.
me. Be less fat. That's on
The
me.
accountability.
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
He's very self-aware. I have to give him that.
Oh, that's nice. Better than the other stuff she says about dudes.
Yeah, can we hear about
I'm
your
not
other
too
stuff
kind
about
when it
dudes?
comes to
Insights?
men.
We get dude insights.
Well, okay, so we're always, we have second date update, and then we'll do talking breaks, and men will fuck up per usual, and I'll usually just say, it's not every man, but it's always a man, and that's one thing you can count on.
Taylor out.
My God. It's
Oh,
true
that is
though,
good.
because I know the guys always like to be, but it's not every guy. I'm not like that. It's like fine, it's not
Don't
every
talk
guy,
about me like I'm not here.
but it was definitely a man. Like he's the culprit. So that's usually what I say.
Is that you only have one idea of the wisdom on men, or did you have another idea on the wisdom of
I
women
mean,
as well?
What are your other sayings?
I always have things to say. I always say like men are trash.
Just the simple ones.
Yeah, that's just the way it is. Also too, because I'm in like the dating world, and I think within my generation, it's a very disappointing group of men that we're
I've
tasked
noticed.
with. Yeah, it's very sad.
It seems like there are some out there. They're just like they're really hard to find.
They're unicorns. And then even that, like the bar is so low that when a guy does one nice thing, it's like, oh my God, he's amazing. But it's like really, it's not like that.
Yeah. Sounds like there's a lot of, younger women going towards older men right now.
Yeah, for
because
sure.
they're looking for that maturity and that stability. And I mean, Chris, you're a great example of it.
What, you got like a 20-year-old girlfriend or something?
She is a beautiful, brilliant lady. Okay.
And she's 21 actually, okay?
And she's
older than that.
She's an old soul. She's wise
She's
beyond
an
her
old
years.
soul.
Yes.
She's
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah, I feel blessed.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna.
Why are we
yeah.
dragging your lady into this?
I don't know. He
It's
did.
just
He wanted
anytime
to
I
do
can
it,
give this
but-
guy
Trying to
some
die
crap.
today?
Yeah, I know. I'm just. Hey, I don't ask questions. Like I said, I'm just grateful every day
Yeah, I
that
would be.
I walk and get to breathe the air that she breathes.
There it is.
But I will say, and like anybody that is, I mean, everybody else in the same age range, more or less. But I will say that in my like early mid 20s, even to 30 years old, a lot of the dudes that were my age were just like pieces of crap.
Yes.
They were
Well-
running around. They didn't know what the hell they were doing with their lives. They were just looking for the wrong things and as quick as possible.
Yeah.
And so like it's but they all did come around. Most of them, I shouldn't say all of them. A lot of them did come around. And have become, I think, good guys.
Something I always say to Marcus is like a great man is just the average woman. Like
See, I want these to keep going. We're gonna write.
Oh, she's full of them.
We're just gonna write a book and sell it. Just like it's gonna be advice for young men.
The problem is, fellas, Taylor suffers from what we call reverse daddy issues. Same as my daughter. Her dad is an absolute champion. Her father, Captain Folsom, was a captain with the San Jose Fire Department, East Side San Jose, Station 16. And he is an absolute stud. The guy cooks. He'd get up on the weekends and make sure his girls have mimosas. Like, they don't even have to get out of bed. Like, give me some more
we
here.
get the royal treatment at
Yeah,
home.
so,
Like he
like-
used to do my laundry. He would drive me to school. He'd make my lunches. Like he does everything, So for me, it's like,
Do you carry that expectation into your dating life?
yes and no. Like obviously, like I do expect something to a certain degree, but at the same time, like I think it depends on the person. Like everyone is so different. So I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I'm a little anal when it comes to what I expect. I'm very high maintenance, let's put it that way.
Okay. Yeah.
And I try to just
There's nothing wrong with that, by the way. That's
Period.
I try to teach my daughter how she should be treated just by the way I treat her mom.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I
Me
mean?
too.
So I kind of do
Example.
the same thing at my house. We get, brunch on the weekends. Nobody has to get out of bed and dad will take care of it or whatever,
Yeah.
And it's my joy, honestly. It's my joy.
I draw the line at bringing a 12-year-old to Coachella, though. That's where
Yeah.
I said no.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
Especially with the Coachella prices this year.
No.
It's no shit. It's like it's wild.
Ugh.
Oh man. You have chicken nugget and caviar issues.
Yes. Shout out to
Sushi.
Charlie's in
Sushi problems.
St. Helena. Sushi problems. One of the reasons I wanted to have you invite Taylor on was we were talking about how to reinvigorate her generation, Gen Z, to get more into like wine tasting. Because isn't that not one of the hallmarks of the issues that the wine industry's having, is trying to attract the younger generations? Or am I?
I think that's right. Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
I know you took some notes.
Well, yeah, I kind of made a joke. I was like, you'd probably sell more if you put like a Labubu on it or something, But then it actually had me thinking, like, I love wine. Wine is pretty much the only type of alcohol that I consume. I don't really care for hard liquor or anything like that. And my family, they're huge wine heads. Like they are part of like all these different wine clubs, and they go wine tasting anytime they leave the house. Like it's a huge deal. They have they collect wine. We have our own wine fridges. Like it's a big deal at my family. So I think about it all the time. And my generation, less and less people are drinking, or really like getting into what wine entails. So like collecting, like really understanding the industry and the way that it is. So I was just kind of like throwing some ideas around with Marcus, just like what I think, like from my perspective, would help in that instance. But yeah, it was just kind of opened the door to like that conversation.
Give us your top like 3.
Okay. Well, right now I would say like
Is this really the end? Unbelievable. Find out next week